Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, we are going to look at 10 tanks. Yes, the top 10 tanks that you are guaranteed to win in. And what I mean by that, of course, you're not guaranteed, but statistically, you should be almost guaranteed to win more in these games. Now, we've taken the data from BlitzStars and we're going to look at the top 10 win rate tanks in the last sort of 90 days. So the highest win rate tanks in total across all tiers in the last 90 days. Now, looking at this video, it really kind of pissed me off a little bit because you'll get you just have a look at the bigger picture and you will see what is happening. So the first tank is the T54E2, sitting at 58.12% win rate. Of course, it is a beautiful tank, basically like a tier 8 E5. It is a fantastic tank, and it is one of those tanks that you can go out, you can win, and you can also have fun in. So moving on to tank number 2, or 9th, should I say, it is the Cryos. Still to this day, one of the, no, actually, I will rephrase that. Still to this day, the best battle pass tank that you will ever get. It's the best battle pass tank that has ever came into the game, without fail. The armor's decent for what it is, 3,000 or so DPM. It is brilliant. The speed's okay, everything. I mean, it is just a fantastic tank all around, and I just can't believe something like this was in the battle pass. When you get something like the Thunder in a battle pass and then you get something like this, absolutely incredible. Now, that tank right opposite us, the Dreadnought, that is also a very, believe it or not, that is also a very nice battle pass tank, the Dreadnought. People underestimate that tank, but as you can see, the armor profile, unless you switch to APCR, is pretty decent. So definitely the Cryos has to be up there. Am I going to be surprised about anything on this list? Yes. There is some tanks that I am very surprised about. There's other tanks that you think, okay, yeah, like this one. I kind of expected this to be in that top 10 just because of how insane the tank is. Absolutely beautiful tank. I'm glad I got it. Unfortunately, for those that missed out on the tank, yeah, you can get the Jagdpanzer 4, of course, but it's just not the same. Moving into number 8 on the list is the newish tank, the Wagon. Now, this I was surprised about, 58.53%. The Cryos was 58.26. This is 58.53. It is a tier 8 tank. Now, it's not that popular because obviously it's only been sold the once. I think it's only been sold for the crates one time so far. I don't own the tank, to be honest. I've never... I mean, if it comes for sale for gold and it's cheap, then yeah, maybe I will get the tank. But overall, the tank is okay. I mean, the turret reminds me of the tier 9 Yo. The armor profile on the turret is nice if you are hold down, but if you're in the open, then you will get penetrated very easy. So, to be honest, yeah, I am surprised that this is in the top 10, sitting at number 8. But yeah, there's not that many people that play this tank because of how how rare the tank is. There isn't that many people that is currently playing this tank. So of course, if it's only good players that are playing the tank, then of course the win rate is going to be higher. But you know, I can't see what the average win rate player is playing the tank. I can only see what the win rate for the tank is. Now, that is across pretty much everybody. It has its weaknesses, of course. This game here, I do actually get wrecked. But yeah, excuse me, the Wagon sitting at number 8. The next tank on the list I am surprised about. Again, it's not a popular tank. It's not the best of tanks. It really isn't that great. It's okay. That's about it. It is a unique tank. Of course, it is the Titan 54D. Basically, a 54 lightweight. That is a T54 lightweight. That's a medium. It's not a light tank that has the retractable armor. So basically with this, there is 2 tanks like this. One of them the Titan HD or whatever it's called, once you get below a certain amount of hit points, it automatically changes your armor, or it gives you more armor. Where this tank, you've actually got to activate it on your on the side there. So you activate it, then it will become a more armor turret, and your hull becomes more of a pike nose. Where before you press the button, it is like a flat hull. But you press the button, it becomes more of a pike nose. So it just enhances the armor a little bit more. So it's not a popular tank at all. Not a lot of people do own the tank, to be fair. It isn't the best of tanks. So yes, I am surprised. It is number 7, but I'm still surprised it has made this top 10 list. Moving on to number 6, the T77. Now this is a nice tank. Basically, it is a tier 8 T57 heavy with only 2 shells. It hasn't got the 3 shells that the T57 has got, but the 2 shells I think is more than enough, especially for the tier we're playing at. I think the 2 shells is absolutely more than enough to be a good tank. Not only that, but the tank looks fantastic as well. I mean, the tank does really, really look good. The legendary camouflage does make it look really, really good. And yeah, overall, the cannonball there, I like the red, the tint in it. I just think the tank looks fantastic. You've got to be careful, as you have with any other auto loader. Of course, when you are on that reload, you are reloading for a long period of time. So just make sure that you have all the cover that you need. And then, yeah, once you have reloaded, you then can go out and you could deal quite a bit of damage to the enemy team, and then but just back up enough so you have cover again, whether that will be hard cover, rocks or hills, or whether that will be your team. You know, your team can actually act as a cover as well. Just go behind them. There's some people out there that will ignore the tank in front of you to go for you. Depends on how many hit points you've got, depends on what kind of tank you are, if you're a more dangerous tank, but just always make sure you've got some form of cover, especially whilst you are reloading. But yet the T77, a tier 8 premium tank, sitting in at number 6. Coming in at number 5, it is my all-time new favourite tank on the block, and of course it is the STRK. Very, very nice tank. I mean, stat-wise, it's very good. It's not the best of tanks, and I'll be the first to admit it. It's not the best of tanks out there, but it just suits my gameplay. It suits my game style. I love it. I love the speed. I love the DPM. Just almost everything about the tank I really do love. The turret, you can get bounces on that turret very, very easily. You can't get bounces on your hull, however, but you know, if you can go hull down, it's got that speed that you can get there very, very quickly as well. And then just, you know, start of the game, you could play it like a medium if you want, because you pretty much go the same speed as the mediums. I just think it is an all-round fantastic tank. Now, the average win rate, or actually not the average, but the win rate for this tank over the last 90 days is 59.33%. 59.33%. Now, of course, not a lot of people are playing the tank, because obviously it's quite rare, it's quite new. So, yeah, you don't have that many people playing the tank. But that, you know, that you could say the same with the Wagon. You could say the same with the Titan 54D. So not that many people are playing the tank. But those that are doing very well. And obviously they are winning quite a lot. Moving next at number 4. Yeah, I'm not surprised at this tank. To be honest, I would probably always expect this tank to be in the top 10. Of course, we're looking at the Smasher. 59.76% win rate over the last 90 days. Yeah, 59.76. The tank speaks for itself, to be honest. It's always been a fantastic tank. It's always been a fun, not only a fantastic tank, but a fun tank. You know, the fact that you can get out there and you can deal a lot of damage very, very early on, as long as the enemy allow you to, whether you get their side, whether you get their rear, you can deal a lot of damage very, very quickly. I mean, you could do like just over 1,000 damage into one shot, and whether that's a tier 7 or a tier 8, as long as you get the shot you could take it and you can deal a lot of damage. So I would always expect a tank like the Smasher to be in that top 10, and currently it is sitting at number 4. The next tank on the list I am surprised about, to be fair. It's a tank that I've recently become to liking. It is the Boras, the Backchat Boras tier 8 French medium tank. Now this is a very, very quick tank. It's a very, very cute tank. Look how small the tank is, but it really does pack a big punch. So 59.77%, so literally only just higher than the Smasher by 0.1%. So pretty much they are even on win rate. But considering the Smasher can actually smash the Boras, there's ways of playing it. Obviously, at some point, I really hated the Boras. I really did. And then I become to like it. A couple of guys on NA sort of made me play it, made me stream with them, and I have become to really like the tank. But there is a specific way of playing the tank, and if you play it right, then it will become a fantastic tank that you can deal quite a bit of damage. It is an auto loader. But yeah, it's got no armor whatsoever, so you do have to be very, very careful when you are playing this tank. So that then brings me to the top 2 tanks. Now, number 2 is the 50 TP. The 50 TP prototype, a tier 9 Polish collectible, and you could have got this in the clan event. So anybody was able to get this. It was very, very easy. All you had to do was platoon and get brothers in arms. That is all you had to do. It was a very easy, very, very, very easy event that I complained about a little bit. You know, I like having easy events and all that, but to have such an easy event where people can tune up, platoon in tier 4, and be able to get a tier 9 tank, I just think that was wrong. But overall, the tank is doing fantastic. It is fantastic. It is one of those that doesn't perform as well in tier 10, but when you are up against some tier 8s, you can perform really, really well. And currently, over the last 90 days, there is 59.82% win rate. So again, just a fraction more than the Boras and a fraction more than the Smasher. So that then leads me to tank number 1. The highest win rate tank currently in the game goes by the name of... That is actually a drum roll, you know. I'm holding my phone in one hand. I can't do the drum roll. It is the Object 752. Now, again, a Russian tier 9 heavy tank. And again, an auto-loading tank. Now, this is fantastic. I've loved this tank from day one. I am surprised that it is number 1, however, but I would definitely would have thought that this would have been in the top 10, but I didn't think it would be number 1. Now, the overall win rate is the only tank in the game currently to have more than a 60% win rate. 60.62% win rate over the last 90 days. Absolutely insane tank. It definitely is worth thinking about getting. It's been in the store recently, and yeah, if you do have the spare gold, then I would strongly recommend this tank. Now, at the start of the video, I said all these tanks pretty much have one thing in common, something that I don't really like, to be honest. Looking at this list of the highest win rate tanks in the game, so the top 10 tanks that you can win in, they are all freaking premium tanks. Yes, there is no tech tree tanks in the list. They are all premium tanks, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you surprised about anything that is on this list? And there is a tank. Is there a tank that you thought would be on this list, like the Annihilator, that is actually not? But for now, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy. I'll catch you all soon. With